Good evening, Internet. It's Danny here with another live video, being as authentic and vulnerable as possible, sharing what I'm learning on my journey to being me, my journey of my life, my journey of authenticity, and my path of taking control of my life and creating a life where I am living on my terms instead of on other people's terms. I have had a wild weekend of work. I played in Milwaukee last night and I got home around 1:30, and because of long drives and caffeine, I wasn't able to fall asleep till well past 2. I had church this morning. Then I went to Tim Sicer's birthday party, and then I came home and napped. And in about 20 to 30 minutes, I'm leaving for Milwaukee again for another gig tonight. So I probably won't be home until 1:30 or 2 again. And then I don't have anything I'm committed to tomorrow, at least with other people. I have commitments to myself. But crazy weekend. So I wanted to share some stuff I learned in a Mr. Beast video I watched last night before I went to bed. It was like just 10 minutes of Mr. Beast wisdom compiled together from different interviews and videos and stuff. And I gotta be honest, some of the things he said, I was like, yes, I knew that resonated clearly. And some of the things he said hit me in a way that was really exciting, where I think, were it not for this mindset I've been living in of experiments never fail, and this attitude of exploration and openness that I've adopted lately, I think I would have been reluctant to receive the wisdom from the video. Sometimes in my past, I've watched how to make viral YouTube videos or how to succeed with marketing music, and the advice or the information given just stresses me out or bums me out. Feel like I can't do that. But I think what was exciting about watching this was it was clear to me that Mr. Beast is an experimenter. And he is a pioneer in YouTube. He's the one making videos with 50 million views each on them because he has been experimenting with video making for over a decade. And he's never been complacent, and he's always looked for ways to change things to make it better. And now he's like this beyond an expert in YouTube. So a couple things. Well, there's one thing in particular he said that really, really got me excited. I'll say that third. First thing I want to share is he said, whenever you're talking about YouTube, if you say the word algorithm or somebody says the word algorithm, replace algorithm with audience. And I love that because I hear people talk about the algorithm all the time in this way where it doesn't mean anything. They're like, yeah, the algorithm, you got to cater to the algorithm, this, that. And he's like, no, the algorithm is just your audience. He's like, the algorithm is designed to put your video in front of the people who it thinks are going to like your video. So if your video doesn't get a lot of views, it's not the algorithm's fault, it's your video's fault. The algorithm puts it in front of people it thinks is going to enjoy the video. And if people start to watch it and click away, the algorithm is going to put it in front of less people. Or if they don't even click at it at all, it's going to put it in front of less people. And so people blame the algorithm, but I love that because he was basically like, no, like if your thumbnail and title suck and people don't click on it, the algorithm is going to show it to some people, and then they're not going to click on it, and it won't show it to more people. If people click on it, it might show it to more people, but if they click off after 10 seconds, it's going to drop off, or they don't click the like button, they don't comment, they don't share it, it's going to drop off in how many more people it shows it to. And I just love that because I think people talk about the YouTube algorithm in this one, in a defeatist way where it's like, oh, the algorithm hates me. And two, in this just mysterious, ooh, what's the algorithm way, where it's kind of like this mystique thing. And when he said, just replace the word algorithm with audience, it's a game changer, because really all the algorithm is doing is putting your videos in front of people. And if your video is good, they'll click on it. And if it's really good, they'll watch the whole thing. And if it's really, really good, they'll click like, they'll comment, and they'll send it to other people. So that was cool. The second thing he said that stuck with me, I'm probably going to listen to this video again on my drive because a lot of stuff was felt like gold. And the second thing that really stuck with me was he said it's easier to have one video get 5 million views than have 100 videos average 50K views. And that was another one of those things that hit me in this way where it was like, oh my gosh, I have been posting like crazy. I looked in the past 90 days, I have posted 97 short videos, and I have around 100K views collectively on all the videos. And if what he's saying is true, if I can take that effort I've put in into making all those and make one video and get 5 million views, like I'd rather be there. I'd rather have a video with 5 million views. And what I'm taking away from that is not to like make less videos or not to put all the effort I put into these 97 videos into one video, but just that quantity isn't everything. And it just helped me re-navigate where I'm going. And I'm actually really grateful I've posted all these videos because of the third thing he said in that video that really moved me. And this is what I'm really excited about, is he said that you should look at or maybe he did this, that he went through all his videos and he looked at the watch time analytics and looked at where people clicked off his videos. At what point, where were there drop-offs in his videos? What was happening in the video at that time? And he looked at 100 of his videos and wrote down what he was doing that had people click away and just said, okay, I'm going to stop doing that in my videos. And that was so cool because it's really an experiments never fail attitude. It's using the failure of, oh, people clicked off at the video at this point. Okay, learning from that, taking that and saying, cool, well now next video, if I'm going through editing and I see something like that happen again, I'll edit that out. And it got me excited. Last night I couldn't sleep because of many reasons, but I was looking through some of my recent videos and I was looking at where there were drop-offs and even in just 10 minutes of looking at it, I already noticed some patterns. I already noticed that people, when I do my park videos, I always wanted to do them kind of continuous because I wanted people to see that that it's not scripted or that I'm not doing multiple takes. I wanted to see that in the park, I'm saying, hey, give me a word, I'll make up a song. They give me a word and I make up a song. But I realized in the dead air between me asking them and between me coming up with the song, that each of those moments I was losing viewers. People would watch and I'd say, hey, give me a word and I'll make up a song. And then if it took them 3 seconds to give an answer, I would lose viewers in those 3 seconds. And then after they answered, if it took me 3 or 4 seconds to start playing, I would lose viewers there too. And that really got me thinking. It's like, oh my gosh, like, okay, edit those out, take 6 seconds off the video, get somebody to watch to the end. And also even like having people would click and they would drop off almost immediately. So it gives me the opportunity, the idea to try, hey, what if I don't include give me a word and I'll make up a song? What if next time I post one of those videos, I just start with the song, or I start with their word and then I start. And instead of looking at, oh man, like this video only got this many views, the algorithm hates me. Mom, the algorithm hates me. You don't understand. I'm looking at it and going, okay, well, like, I'm grateful I've made like 100 videos in the past, more than 100 videos in the past 100 days, because now I have all this stuff to look at. And some of them have gotten like next to no views. A chunk of them have gotten between like 1,000 and 3,000. And then another chunk of them have gotten between 500 and 1,000. And so I have these videos with varying levels of success. And this metric, well, many metrics I can look at, but one I'm going to look at in particular is the watch time metric, and just find where people click away from my video. And there's a new theory to try out. It's like, if I make videos that most people watch 100% of the video, or even watch more than 100% of it because they let it loop around again because they enjoyed it so much, will those videos get more views? You know, another metric, just from poking around in here, another metric I found that I didn't really know happened, but makes sense that YouTube gives it to you, is it told me, Tim, thank you. Yeah, I'm really intrigued. Another metric I saw is it tells me how many views it has, and it also tells me how many people it put it in front of. So I would always feel a little gypped when I would see this graph. It's like, oh, like 1,500 people watched it, and then it stopped showing it to people. And I'm like, what the heck? Like 1,500 people watched it. Why don't you show it to more people? Well, then I looked, and some of those videos that 1,500 people watched, it put it in front of 3,000 people. And only 1,500 of them clicked on it. And of that amount, half of them only watched half of it. And then a tenth of them clicked like on the video. So not to say that those videos are failures or feel bad. It's just like, okay, like, let me just get more real with the numbers here. And instead of just looking at 1,500 people saw it, hey, algorithm, show it to more people. It's like, oh, well, it did show it to more people and they didn't want to click on it. Or they clicked on it and watched just a little bit of it. And that's another metric to look at. Oh, Tim, thanks. Well, Tim, I post these short videos I put on Facebook as well. So if you're just on Facebook, I pretty much all the content I make, I post on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So if you're following me on one platform, I guess the live streams are unique to Facebook and YouTube. So those don't make it to TikTok and Instagram. But I'm just excited about these metrics and just hearing Mr. Beast talk about that, like, go through and figure out where people are clicking away on your videos. It was just like, that's so awesome, because that's like a tool to get better, a tool to make better videos. And I only am able to receive that piece of wisdom. Well, I'm able to receive it for two reasons. One, nothing on LinkedIn. No, I have a fake LinkedIn account. I have a Finsta LinkedIn. That I made with some of my buddies, where we said I play RuneScape professionally. But yeah, nothing on LinkedIn otherwise. So the two things that I think got me excited about that are one, I've made like hundreds of videos recently. So it's not like I'm like starting a brand new YouTube channel and Mr. Beast is like, well, check out your watch time. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, I don't have any watch time. It's like, I have hundreds of videos to comb through and have fun combing through them, because there's a clear goal and I can read one piece of data and interpret it and adjust. And then the other reason I'm ready to receive it is because of this experiments never fail attitude. This idea that trying stuff is better than not trying stuff, and that mixing stuff when things are going a certain way, and to make them go a different way, you have to go a different way. And that can be scary because it might make it worse, but it also will certainly not make it better if you just go in the same way. And I see that. I'm really happy with the growth I'm getting on YouTube. I get like roughly 2 subscribers a day, and then sometimes I get like 10 or 11 if a video does really well. But you know, if that's my trajectory, it's going to take like 10 years to get like 10,000 subscribers. And I would rather get 10,000 subscribers this year. And I think that's possible. And just this one idea to experiment with is already got me excited and already got me curious about how my videos can get better. And yeah, I see a possibility of making a video where the watch time is like 90%, 95%, where people click the video, they watch the whole thing because they're entertained by the whole thing. And then the algorithm that we're all so scared of sees that and says, let's send this to more people. And let's send it to people like this person who watched the whole thing. And growing my influence that way, growing the number of people I'm able to entertain and inspire and connect with that way, growing the number of people who get to experience the gift of my art, and sharing it with more people, and then and just everybody wins if I make better videos, because my videos will be seen by more people and they're better. So I was very, very excited about that. And yeah, I think I guess I just want to comment on, like, sometimes like videos on how to grow a business, or like how to grow a YouTube channel, or how to market your music, or how to release a single. Sometimes those videos are extremely stifling and discouraging. And I think I'm present too, like when there's a video where they're like, this is the strategy you need to implement to make success with your music career or your YouTube career. Like, I think that is stifling. If you look at it as like, oh, I have to do this or else I'm wrong, I think there's a possibility to look at those videos with a bit of a detached sense and see what assumptions they're presenting and how those might challenge ones you already have or how they affirm ones you already have, and maybe even see if you could challenge that. What I liked about this other video I watched was it really did feel like Mr. Beast was preaching the idea of experiments never fail. And yeah, I'm just really excited about the possibility of creating better videos so that I can influence more people, so that I can eventually be creating music, being creative on my own terms all the time. You know, I am not thrilled that this weekend involves 2 drives to Milwaukee to play wedding music. I'm not thrilled. I'm not like angry. I'm not livid. It's fine. I'm grateful that I'm going to go to Milwaukee and Neil Carson's going to be on the gig and Maggie's going to be on the gig and like really fun people. I can't even think of who else is, but I know that at least those 2 are going to be on the gig, and that's going to be really fun to hang with friends. And if I'm going to be playing wedding music, I'm glad to be doing it with people that I like. I did it with people I liked last night, and church was with people I liked this morning. And I want my life to be different, and different isn't always better, but better is always different. So I am choosing to be different with the way I make my videos, and using this data from YouTube that's given me on all the videos I've made to make this change. And yeah, I said this already, but just excited, like, because here's maybe something for you is like, I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. Okay, Tim has something. Well, let me say this and then I'll read what Tim said. Otherwise I'll get lost. I'm seeing that by being brave enough to just make a bunch of videos, to post 2 to 3 short videos a day and just like put them out there and put them out there and put them out there. And by putting all that out there, now I have all this data to go from. So I would say if you haven't started creating the thing you want to create, like, don't worry about any of your stats. Don't worry about any of this stuff. Just create some stuff. I have put in some work for 60-ish days now, maybe 60 to 90 days, where I have all this stuff I've created, and I've published all of it, and I can see who picked it up and who didn't, who watched it and who didn't. And now I have a body of work to look at and say, and be able to ask myself with curiosity, not with judgment, but with curiosity, why did people watch this one all the way to the end? Why didn't people watch this one? What about this title and thumbnail got people to click? What about this title and thumbnail did people not click? Why at 6 seconds in this video did a lot of people click away? What did I do? Write that down. Do I do that in other videos? And be able to improve my video making ability and my ability to make something that entertains people and keeps people hooked. All right, Tim, what did you say here? Sometimes I feel when they get to that level, they can create a false sense of reality because they have a team of people looking at those stats and report back to him. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know if that's a false sense of reality. I think he's actually got his finger even more on the nose. You know, another thing he said that was interesting is, like, he said, when he was getting into YouTube, he did have a team even early on where they were just a team of friends, and they were all obsessed with YouTube, and they would do stuff like they would look at 100 thumbnails of like the 100 videos that did the best on YouTube, and look at the thumbnails on all those and figure out what they all had in common, what they all were doing, what they all weren't doing. And he said by teaming up with people who were also obsessed with making the best YouTube videos as possible, he said in 1 year, they progressed like 2 to 3 years worth of knowledge and ability level that somebody who was just doing it solo would have progressed in 1 year. And that was pretty humbling. That got me thinking. It's like, man, who else do I know that's focusing on making videos, and specifically short videos, and can we form a community? You know, I've got a community of people doing daily videos, and we've been talking about what we've been learning, the pros and cons of it. And but yeah, I mean, I think Mr. Beast actually, I mean, that I can link you that video if you're curious, because I thought everything he said was just like a truth bomb. And it was cool. It was inspiring. Sometimes I feel like I've tried to say this and haven't quite come out. Sometimes like how to be successful on YouTube videos are just discouraging because they tell you all this stuff that doesn't make any sense. And I felt like a lot of what he said made a lot of sense and was stuff I haven't done. And it was experimental type stuff, which is awesome. And I'm all about that because experiments never fail. So, all right, guys. Well, Tim, thanks for hanging out. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I got to run because I got to drive to Wisconsin. But much love to all of you, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Bye, 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 bye.